Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Classic video. Now this video is just going to be a short little update video as today there was a game update. Howdy Hunters, the Axis Deer gets its first update today. There have been 3 new colour variations added: dark, which is for males, orange, which is only for females, and piebald for both genders. The piebald is a rarity in addition to melanistic and albino, whilst the other 2 are colour variations. There are now Axis Deer missions and Axis Deer competitions, which will start on the 18th, and some bug fixes, including explanations added to the score sheet, fixed an animation when the Axis Deer rotated 180 degrees and back, added Axis Deer achievements to Steam, and Axis Deer equipment can now be easily saved to the loadout. But probably the most notable thing is the new rare skin that has been added, which is the piebald. When these guys released, I said it was kind of sad that there was no piebald for them, seeing as we had them in Call of the Wild, but I'm really pleased to see them being added now. This is the first mission that has popped up for the Axis Deer. ID 3 clues from different deer, so that's going to be pretty simple, and I'm probably going to do some videos going through the various missions for the Axis Deer, so if you're interested in that, please let me know down in the comments. I'd be really interested to hear your guys' feedback. However, now let's move on to what I've basically found since the update. I have been hunting around today since the update dropped, and it was a very sneaky update. They didn't post anything in the Discord, there was no pings on the social media. The only reason that I got the information that an update had dropped was because a friend linked me that information from Steam, and I found the update information there on Steam, which showed that there had been a new rare added and 2 new fur variations. Now, in this video, I am going to show off the dark fur variation for the bucks on a couple of different individuals, and also show you what the orange looks like on the does. Now, I think it's very strange that they've chosen for these to be sort of gender specific. For the Axis Deer, that only the males will have the dark and only the females will have the orange, because I like the orange actually quite a lot. It looks really nice on the females, so it would be nice to have seen that on the males. But the dark on the males, as you can probably see with this guy on screen, is beautiful. It is very, very noticeable. You will know when you're looking at a dark colour Axis Deer. Much darker fur with the white, much whiter sort of spots and neck. It really contrasts against that very dark brown colour. Now, I did look to try and find a piebald, but as you guys can probably imagine, trying to get a rare in that kind of space of time is pretty nigh on impossible. I did, of course, though, find a couple of these dark bucks and a couple of orange does. But yeah, I'd really like to find a rare Axis Deer, so hopefully, maybe when doing the missions or something, I can come across one. But with these guys being so new and fresh to the game, that's why you're seeing me making so much content on these guys at the moment. Of course, when anything new comes to any of the games I'm playing, I'm going to be making content on that for a little while. But giving you a look at this guy in the trophy pose, looks absolutely beautiful. And you can see those white spots really do stand out a lot more on the dark. And they also have sort of whiter front legs, which it just looks gorgeous. An absolutely gorgeous model. I really, really do like this fur type. And like I said, getting a big one, if you could get a 200 dark Axis Deer, I think that would be a really awesome trophy. So that's probably another thing I'm going to hunt for. But it is interesting the way that they have those front legs. They do almost look sort of kind of piebald, like with that patterning. But it's going to be really cool to actually see a piebald, hopefully, eventually in game, because they are noticeably a lot whiter. They do definitely have a lot more white on them than the dark. And they obviously have what looks to be the common pattern then mixed with white, as opposed to having a darker patch of common fur mixed with white, if that makes sense. So you'll definitely know one when you're looking at them, because they are that noticeably more pale and a lot more white. So fingers crossed eventually I can find one of those to show off to you guys, or a melanistic or albino. I wouldn't mind any of them. but dropping another dark axis deer here, and you could see they stand out quite a bit when next to the common ones. They really are a lot darker and easier to see on bushrangers compared to their common counterparts, which do blend in extremely well with their natural camouflage. But again, rarity, dark, not a monster, but just another nice one for you guys to have a look at and see this gorgeous new fur type. And for the last clip of another dark buck. So this is going to be the last of the bucks that we're looking at today. This was definitely the best one of the three that I found. And once again, it's just another nice example. I wanted to make sure I could get a fair range of examples of these guys to show off in this video, because of course it's mainly the males that we're going to be interested in, which is why I think it's very odd that they chose to make a skin that is female exclusive, because with the orange females, no one really cares about hunting the females unless they're specifically a rare. And the orange is, of course, not a rare, it is just a fur variation. So, unless you specifically have to get an orange female for a mission or something, there is almost very little point in having it being an exclusively female skin. It would have been really nice to see that be sort of for both male and female, which would have been nice to see for the dark as well. But the one thing that is good about the orange females is how much they stand out, and you're going to see that in the next clip. But you can see this guy does stand out quite well against the terrain as well with that darker fur. Definitely I found them more noticeable than the common ones when actually just scanning the environment and glassing for axis deer. But again, very white belly and white front legs, like I mentioned in the previous clips. That, you know, those front legs are very, very white, and that white patch on the neck as well. Just a gorgeous looking animal. Absolutely beautiful. And this one was a nice size as well. And I made sure to zoom in just to give you an extra look at the detail on these guys. Again, as you can see, the very white front legs and sort of neck and chest, which really stands out on these guys. It's so much more noticeable than on the commons. But a really, really nice addition, I think, to the game. I think this is something that the Axis Deer needed, was some more variation, because we do have it in Call of the Wild, so it would have made, you know, no sense for us to not have those variations in Classic. But finally, moving on to the does. And we are looking at an orange female here, and you can see just how much she actually does stand out. These really sort of glow more orange than the normal common females, and you will see a common female here actually walk past her, so you will see the difference. But these are both just a common fur type for the does. It is a shame that this orange fur type doesn't exist for the bucks. You can see the orange is the bottom one there walking past, because it is a really beautiful fur type. I guess it's going to probably be used in the missions, the fact that you can get an orange female as well as the standard common female. But I think they look really, really nice, and I would have been quite excited to try and get a really nice buck with that fur type. But you can see her here, and I am going to take her down so that you can actually get a closer look at her. And as soon as I spotted this, I knew exactly what it was. I knew it was one of the orange fur types, because they just stand out so much more than the commons. And it's a good thing in a way, because if they're in a group, they do stand out more, so you might see that group a lot easier. And if there's a good buck in there, then potentially it helps give away that buck's location. But you can see here rarity orange, and of course no score, no CSS or anything, but I will take a trophy shot of her so that you guys can look at the beautiful coloration on these. They are absolutely stunning, and as I said, shame that it's not for the bucks and it is only for the does, but it is nice to have more variation for them in any way, shape or form. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. I'm going to just throw up the trophy shots of the couple deer that I took down in this video, and a screenshot of the piebald from the update page on Steam for you guys to look at again, just so you know what you're looking for with the piebalds and the darks and the oranges. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope in some way it's been useful. I'm really pleased to see Classic getting so many updates, and yeah, let me know down in the comments if you do want to see me play through those missions for the Axis deer. I'm definitely really interested in doing so. and I'll also probably cover the competitions when they start coming out as well, just to see what they're all about for the Axis deer. And yeah, I'm just so pleased that we have the Axis deer now, and we've basically, by the sounds of it, got fallow deer to look forward to in the coming months. And yeah, I'm really excited to try and get a rare of these guys. I don't mind if it's a buck or a doe. I would just really like to get a rare down more than anything to actually show you guys on the channel. And as you can see, these piebalds just stand out a mile. They are absolutely gorgeous, and this is a really good sized buck as well. What an absolute beauty. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.